Hey folks, this is Fat Guy Flies RC, and this is the all-new Avios Grand Tundra version 2. Let's take it out of the field and get some flights in and have some fun with her. We'll see you out there. Gotta set her down. Well, hey folks, Fat Guy Flies RC. Alright, Hobby King, Avios. Here we go. This is the maiden flight on the all-new, well, when you see this video, it will be released on the day, but I've actually got it before the release of 26th of September of 25. This is the 22nd, I believe, or 21st. And we're getting the maiden flight in. First time in the air. Now it's dirty because I drove it around our yard and across the street to check range. But she's never been in the air before, so this is going to be it. I'm going to take off in my trimming mode. There's no gyro. Get her all trimmed out. Then we'll turn on the AS3X and see how she flies. And take her through the normal, see how she stalls, how she flies inverted. Just try to, put her through her paces. But this is the maiden flight, folks. So, wish me luck in the future. Got a 4.5 or 4500 6S bolt battery from Hobby King, their Bolt series, their high voltage packs. And timer set for 5 minutes. We're going to check it out. Got the battery as far back as I can get. You get CG, got the 6S. Now it only comes with a 6S prop, so you have to buy the 4S prop, but it will run on 4S. So right, left, up, down, right. Okay. Good looking bird. Got suspension everywhere, lights everywhere. Alright. Got really no wind at all. So I just got to do it. Shake off these nerves on this plane's. They sent me to review it and they're counting on me to do a good job. So flaps up. Well, she got plenty of power. Left aileron. Okay. With the up elevator. A little more left aileron. Turn on AS3X.
AS3X mode.
Alright. I think she's trimmed out good.
Time remaining 4 minutes. Landing flaps.
Oh, I like those landing flaps.
Up.
Alright. Oh yeah. Plenty of power. Stop playing around, let's do our stall testing. Alright, turn around, bring it towards us, and this is going to be a clean stall. All I'm going to do is just cut the power and see how she glides. Cutting the power now. and she just starts slowing down. All right, now we'll do the same thing, but we're going to pull up elevator. I want to determine which wing is going to drop. We'll get up a little higher now. All right, up elevator, up elevator, up elevator, up elevator, up elevator, up elevator. All right, got a fairly decent left wing drop. Let's try it again just to make sure. Okay, lose power. Up elevator, up elevator, up elevator, up elevator, up elevator. Okay. All right, left wing. Left wing is the way she's going to drop if you get going too slow. All right. I need a little bit of elevator pressure for inverted. Not much. Not much at all. Let's try a touch and go. Or tap and go there. Man, I tell you what, this is one good flying plane right here. I'm a little worried. Let's see how this suspension holds up here. There.
Flaps up. Time
No problem
remaining
at
2 minutes.
Oh yeah. All right, let's see what kind of vertical we've got. Oh. Well, she still wants to keep going. There's no point in me going any higher. Man, that's a good flying plane right there. And folks, this is the Maiden. I've never flown this plane before. And just, she took what, a little bit of left aileron. Really all she needed.
Landing flaps.
Oh man, she reminds me so much of the regular Tundra version 3, the Durafly one. Of course she should, it's the same plane, just different brand, but same format and everything. A little bouncy there. Alright, since we're testing, about 1:19, let's do what this plane's made for, STOL. Try the STOL tape. Beautiful plane, flaps are all the way down. Alright, let's see how quickly she can get in the air. Man, I'm really comfortable with this plane right off the bat. To the moon. Edge here. Glide path.
1 minute. Landing flaps.
You know what? We took off in the grass. We need to land in the grass, don't we? Man, that's a great flight. Alright, just rip the takeoff flight.
Flaps up. 20 seconds.
Alright, let's land in the grass this time.
Landing flaps.
Yeah, I like my settings. I'll share my settings back in the man cave when we go over the flight. Oh man, what an easy flying plane.
Flaps up.
And watch this, folks.
Mojo is so nice. Not gonna hurt you.
Alright, we were two seconds over on a 5-minute timer. Let's check this battery and see how much kind of life I'll bet you I'm going to have about 50% left. And the reason I say that is this plane is so light. So light. For such a big, powerful plane, it is light. 65%. Set your timer for 8 minutes on a 4500 6S. Fly the way you want. All right, we're going to go up and get a little more testing in. See if I can't get a better runway landing. And those rubber bands, the way I showed you in the unboxing build, the way I've got them, you double the rubber band up and then fish them through twice, and that's fine. More than enough give. Absolute fabulous flying plane. I got grass and mud all over it though. Alright, we're going to continue on. No flaps this time. Nice scale takeoff. Very little elevator needed to make the pressure maintain inverted, just barely touching it. Lights, even with the sunshine at the plane now, man. All right, we've been hot dogging around. Let's see how slow we can get this thing.
Landing flaps.
Let's do ourselves another thing for y'all.
Landing flaps.
Okay, I do have safe, so if you put a self-leveling gyro with safe on board, beginner mode, let's do a safe demonstration. She will want a ground loop on you a little bit. And then back in the man cave, I'll share how I set up safe. And I'm okay with the AS3X Plus, how it is.
Safe mode.
Alright, this is going to be safe mode. Self-leveling. Now this isn't part of hobbyking or Avios. This is the receiver I put in. I got an 8-channel Spectrum I got a 6-channel AR631 with safe. So let's do a safe demonstration. If you were a beginner and you wanted to buy this plane. Alright. man, I hate safe. I mean, it's good for a beginner, but boy, I sure can't turn that plane. You want to go way out here in order to land it. All right, safe's on. All right, that was a safe demonstration.
AS3X mode.
All right, let's take off one more time. We're going to take off from down there.
Take off flaps.
Man, what a beautiful plane.
Minus 2 minutes.
All right, we're going to land this time. No flaps. Man, that's a great flying plane. Avios, hobbyking, man, y'all got a real winner here. Testing that gear out. I like that. Man, that's a nice plane. Boy, oh boy. I gotta tell you,
Auto is so nice. Not gonna hurt you.
that right there is about one of the best maidens I have ever had. Seriously, that maiden went as well as the Super Tucano did. Man, this thing is awesome. Absolutely awesome. Now, we flew for 7 minutes and 15 seconds total. Let's check that battery. Okay, throttle cut is on. The 80 amp ESC is right here up front. I got my hand on it. It's warm, but I can leave my hand on it. 46%. So honestly, with mixed flying, if you were to just kind of putt around slowly, you could probably get maybe 10 minutes out of this thing with throttle management. Excuse me. But if you want a hot dog and fly the way you want, you can set your timer for 8 minutes on a 4500 6S. All right, let's let it rest for a little while. We'll go over all the race and my CG and everything back in the man cave, but I tell you what, hobbyking, Avios, man, oh man, have you got a winner here. This thing, and I told you in my unbox and build video, the only thing I thought might be negative would be this this gear, but you saw that last landing where I purposely kind of bounced it on the one, bounced right back, so it handles it. I would like to see a little more rudder authority, but I can do that, and I do think there's a little too much play in the tail wheel with those springs. So what you might want to do is do away with the springs and make yourself 2 straight rods and just put them in instead, but that's entirely up to you. It does work just fine, but backing up in grass, probably be glad I kept the springs, but it's more than enough. But yeah, and just so you know, I don't know if I covered it, my AR631's back here in the back here in that hatch. Same place I put the 4S Tundra, Durafly Tundra V3. But it flies so much like that. Man, this thing, I can't say anything bad about it. I have no idea how much it's going to cost because it hasn't been released yet. It is filthy, dirty, and absolutely beautiful. It flies great. Folks, thank you so much for watching. God bless y'all. Next time I fly, I'm going to try to do a speed run and see what kind of speed I can get out of it. And not that, just so you know. And we'll see a little more about what I can do aerobatically. And hopefully I'm going to bring it out here at some point and go down that road with it and just really show you how it can land and take off on rough terrain and stuff. So, all right, well, there you go. God bless y'all. Don't forget, folks, faith, family, and friends, and Avios Grand Tundra V2. Bye-bye. All right, hey, folks, this is Fat Guy Flies RC. Boy, I tell you what, we had a lot of fun flying the Grand Tundra here. Avios Hobby King, this Grand Tundra version 2 is absolutely fabulous. I never flew the first one, but this one here is absolutely, just blows me away. The only concerns I had with it was that I was afraid that the rubber bands configuration wouldn't be strong enough to keep up with the demands of landing and bouncing and everything. Well, they did just fine. And if you do the double wrap them and then fish them back through, like I showed you the unbox and build, and also the tail wheel, the springs are a little loose in my opinion, so she'll ground loop on you, but it's not that bad. It's very, very manageable. And ground looping is very much a situation that you're going to have with a tail dragger like this. But other than that, those really aren't bad things. They're just indicative of this type of a plane. And the rubber band thing is how they're using it, and it worked fine. So it was a concern, but it was fine. Well, anyways, let's go over our rates that I flew in. Did this for all the flights. This video covers everything. Show you my actual rates. Okay. All right. Now the ailerons, high rates, 100% throws with 30% expo. Okay. Elevator, 100%, 30% expo. And rudder, 100%, but with 40% expo. I would like to see a little more rudder authority, and I may go in there and mechanically move the control rod to the innermost hole on the rudder in order to get just a tad bit more throw to help with knife edges and things. My AS3X rates that I flew in, gains were at one-time gains. The AS3X Plus, I got an AR631 installed back here in the radio compartment. Roll pitch and yaw, 40, 50, and 60. Priorities, roll pitch and yaw, 140. Nothing with heading, nothing with stop lock. I left it at the 35 of roll pitch and yaw, and I didn't do anything with the release rate. And gain sensitivity is at one-time gains. Obviously, I don't have a nose wheel, gyro, working. Flap settings work perfectly. These are the flap settings that I picked, okay, that I made myself, and they work great. 100%, negative 100% for flaps up. For takeoff
flaps.
0% with a 10% down elevator mix. And then for landing, 100% with a 25% down elevator mix with a 2-second deployment. If you watch that elevator,
Takeoff flaps.
You'll see it
Flaps up.
Slightly move
Takeoff flaps.
as I go from takeoff
Landing flaps.
down to landing.
Flaps
And
up.
those settings seem to work absolutely perfectly. And I picked them. So, but what I say as far as the, 10% down for takeoff and 25% down for landing. CG, and set your timer for 7.5 to 8 minutes. Fly the way you want on a larger, like 4,000 to 5,000 6S that you'll have to move all the way back, and then you can get 8.5 minutes of flying easy, and come back with 20-30% left on your battery, no problem at all. All right, CG throttle cut is on for in here. This big prop cut your hand off. All right, CG on the plane is 75 to 80 millimeters back from the leading edge root, which puts it basically, I got some glue marks there and somewhere, and that puts it still kind of wanting to favor nose heavy, and I've got my fingers right between those two marks. If I put on the other forward 75, she's pretty well level right between the two marks. She wants to kind of favor nose heavy. So really, it says in the description you can put a 5,000 in it, but I think that's a bit much. You're going to lose. It's going to be just too heavy, too piggish, but you're going to have 8 minutes of flying. So it's entirely up to you. But this big of a plane can definitely handle the heavier weight. But in order to get that CG, like I just showed you, you got to put it in the battery tray, which is a really cool mechanism, by the way, and push it all the way back. And so if you're going to go with a 4,000 or a 4S setup, then you'll have to buy the additional prop, the optional prop, which is a little bit longer of a prop, and you'll pull the battery a little further forward. Now that brings me to an interesting point about this battery tray. It's a simple push button design. As you push down on this button, pull out this, which is fortuitous, an anchor shaped plug, okay, and then you pull your battery, the whole battery tray forward, and then unplug it. XT90 connector. This is the bolt. This is what I did all my testing with, or most of them. This is their bolt battery that they sent me. It doesn't come with your plane, but it sent me to test. And this is a 4.5 6S, and I've got it all the way back. Okay. But the interesting thing about this tray is on the tway, got my Velcro all wad here. You've got these marks, which is a nice touch, okay? And just so happens, you see that between that 4 and that 5? Well, 4,500 is where I made that mark, and it goes back perfectly, and that's where that CG, perfect for this plane. And so, therefore, if you were having a 4004S, you could put it here, check your CG, and then make a little hash mark, and you could remember where it goes. So that's a nice little touch that you're not going to see in the advertisement of the plane. It's just something you discover whenever you get it, and put that all the way back like that. Now, don't lose this little anchor, because it actually looks like an anchor. You plug it in, twist it, you press down on it, let spring, press, twist, and you anchor it down. So, kind of fortuitous that looks like an anchor. An angry anchor. Well, this battery tray, you just put it down those little teeth grooves, get it in position. Kind of have to play with it sometimes because you can't see back there. Of course, now I'm on camera. Okay, there it goes. Push it down, take your anchor, push the anchor in down, press and turn. Grab your XT90 connector. Oh, and these are the low, on the battery here is a low spark style. Comes with that battery. So, there you go. Folks, I want to tell you something. On the 6S battery, I can't speak for it on the 4S because I didn't try it on 4S. But on 6S, this thing has a much better than a 1-for-1 thrust ratio. Vertical, it'll get out of your sight before it gives out on power. It just keeps going and going and going. And landing, you put this thing into the wind and you put them flaps down, you can bring this thing and let it set down like a feather, as you'll see in the videos. And there are, and now if you come down on a hard surface, you can get a little bit of bounce, but this gear, it more than handles, and that's with the battery in it. It more than handles it. And folks, I want to tell you something. This thing is an absolute blast to fly. It is so much fun. Like I said, just be aware that these rubber bands, you got to put them around there twice and double wrap them. and you may ground loop if you're not careful because of the nature of a tail dragger. But those really aren't drawbacks. It's just stuff that you need to be aware of. The lights look good. Now the plane does come, as I explained in the unboxing build, it comes with a light controller, okay, and you have thrust reversing. So if you want to control, and it's just these front lights here, you can turn these on with a switch, and thrust reversing you can put on a switch. So that means technically you would need 7 channels to get everything, all the functionality out of this plane. I chose to wire all the lights together and put them in my bind port because they only need power, they don't need signal. And I put my, my thrust reversing signal, which is that little yellow pigtail that comes off the throttle cable, and I put that in my channel 5, which is my normal gear channel, and I put it on my interrupter switch or my bind switch. That way I could, when I press down, braking, or release, normal forward thrust. So just be aware of that. That's something else that you don't see it until you get it, and you realize, oh, how come the lights aren't working? Well, you got to plug these in and put them on a switch. So what you could do is mix them to come on, if you're going to use them that way, mix these lights to come on when you put your landing flaps in, which would be kind of cool. So, alrighty, well folks, thank you so much for watching. This is the Avios Grand Tundra Hobby King Avios. Y'all have got a real winner here. This thing is absolutely fab. This green, and that's the other thing, this green is high vis. Man, you can see this like a mile away. It's so bright, it's almost neon bright. Actually, it is neon bright. And so visibility is not a problem at all. Not at all. So there you go. I can't come up with anything bad to say about the plane. I have no idea how much it's going to cost because I've done these videos before the release. And it's got the ability to do a tow cable. You put your receiver back here. Just a beautiful plane. Flies great. It flies as good as it looks, and it looks awesome. Well, folks, thank you so much for watching. God bless y'all. This is Fat Guy Flies RC coming to you from the Man Cave Studios, and this is the all-new Avios Grand Tundra 2. And it is a beast. A wonderful, wonderful, fun to fly beast. See y'all later.